What's good? It's your boy, Paul Harris, aka Crazy Hawk. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell every time I post some new content. Yeah, this is my second show. Taste the beverage. I did this show yesterday, but hey, it is what it is. I had to take it down. So, with all this, I'm wearing these because I'm trying to get used to them, y'all. Like, really. I mean, but yeah, I'm gonna take these shits off right now. I can get used to them on some other time. But with all this stuff going on with the war, so-called war, whatever, word has been going around that the draft may be reactivated. Let me tell you something, people. They never cut the switch off. All right. I mean, now for you younger cats, right? Y'all can sit down and watch the news, which I really don't know what the fuck for, right? But here's the deal. Y'all can, well, let's just say for the people that really don't know, and when I say that, it's like, okay, everything they believe that they see on television, okay, they saying that shit gonna happen. That shit is happening, right? So they can be like, so when the news folk come out and say, well, they ended the draft in 1973, that's what the fuck you gonna believe in, right? But for those of us that are old enough to know, yeah, they tell you that shit, but what had happened back in the early 80s, I want to say, they came up with this register for selective service. And what they always tell you? Sign up on your 18th birthday. Go down to your local post office, fill out that little card, turn it in. And then 9 times out of 10, right? Probably like within 2 weeks, you was getting a call from either United States Army, Air Force, Marines, and the Navy, right? They want to have you come down, do a background check on you, right? They have you take the ass bath. They give you a list of jobs. They say, hey, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other, right? Because I remember because I didn't do it at 18, right? I think I was about 19 before I did it, right? Because like for the most part, then again, I could have been a little bit older than that. I don't know, because I didn't join the Army until I was 24 years old, right? So it could have been. So it could have been like, I forget, because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, the government don't keep up on shit like that. They didn't used to, certain things they didn't keep up on. So just like they don't keep up on a lot of shit now, and that's regardless of who the fuck is in office. But in either case, I did the little paperwork. I mailed it off, whatever. 2 weeks later, they get a phone call. Matter of fact, the Army recruiter came out to the house, and the Marine recruiter came out to the house, right? Well, I think the Marine recruiter came out first. I can't remember, right? So then I went down. I took the ass bath. I didn't score high, but then when the Army recruiter came through, I went down, took the same ass bath. I scored a little bit higher, right? But I really don't think it was high enough, to join be a part of the Marine Corps, right? So And so after that, right, you know, the rest, as they say, is history. I'm retired now. But you know, but what I was saying is that they give you all these listed jobs that you can qualify for, right? You know, depending on how high you score on your ASVAB, right? You pick the job. I mean, and see, this is how these motherfuckers get you, right? Because I never get it. I took the ASVAB and then they showed me what I could do, right? And then it was like helicopter mechanic, which I probably should have took that now that I'm, you know, thinking about it, right? It was helicopter mechanic, and then it was 14 Tango. And then I forget it was another, right? So I'm just looking at this back, okay, hey, Patriot Missile. And so it's like when I said that, then he showed up Poundstone, right? He was like, yeah, you know, that's the latest and greatest. You know, you get to be in this little van or whatever, and then you get to push the button. I never get that bastard. That's what the fuck that bastard told me. So I was like, well, shit. If I could push a button and a line missile go off, that's what's happening. Put like this. In my whole in my 21-year career, not one time did I push a button. I did a lot of flipping up and flipping down and turning it on and turning it off. But not never time did I push any fucking buttons. I was a lunch dog. I mean, for those of y'all that know what a lunch dog is, hey, y'all already know my lingo right now. But I say all that to say this. Just like I said, the draft never left people. They changed the fucking name. And then, you know, like I said, with all this stuff that's going on right now, right? So Trump was like, okay, they gonna do like a automatic registration. And so I'm just like, and again, I'm just like, okay, that's what they did before 1973, right? So you can't sit up there, I mean, because once your ass is born, guess what? You already in the damn system. You put like this. They already know what your name is. Put like this. They know your first, middle, and last name. They already know what time you were born, what year, and what month, what day. And what they got this shit broken down to the least denominator, right? You already in the motherfucking system, right? So for the most part, Trump, you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about on this one, right? So in either case, you know, I'm just looking at it that well, all this shit that's going on, and I was like, okay, I can't do nothing but laugh because, like I said, being a little older has its privileges. I mean, but then again, like, you know, now I'm not saying that y'all don't research. I'm not saying that. But, you know, I'm just like, okay, if y'all actually really go back and look at shit, how it once was done, and then what the fuck they actually really trying to sit up here and say that how they go do it, all of it's the same shit. Or in other words, just like I said, the draft, you being drafted for the armed forces was never eliminated. They just changed the fucking name, people. Right? Just like I said, once y'all learn, I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all are hip to a lot of shit. But for the majority, put like this, y'all walking around here and you blind to the world. Just like that, what that one movie was, Blindfold, where they had to walk around with the blindfold on, right? That's how y'all walking around for real. The only difference is they had to show y'all. Anybody else that actually already know what the hell is going on, we already know what you look like. You got a blindfold on, and you got ear put, and then on top of that, you're blindfold, right? And you got your earbuds in, or your earplugs, right? They already the doggone. They already the doggone and put the programming in your head already. They'll tell you shit like January is the first month of the year. They'll tell you that Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. They'll also tell you that December 25th was the day that he was born, right? All that has already been implemented. And so when they don't want you to know nothing else, guess what they're going to do to you? They're going to put them earplugs in your ear and blindfold your ass and let you watch goddamn television all goddamn day long. And then what the fuck y'all do? Ooh, I want to be like so-and-so on television. Or I want to be like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Who that other? Nicki Minaj, right? I mean, that's what the fuck. I mean, that don't, let's not get this shit twisted, people. It was like that when I was in my late teens, early 20s, right? For me, it was Public Enemy, Boogie Down Productions, LL Cool J, Rakim, all the pillars of hip hop. This shit right here, yeah, whatever. So in our case, right? If you really don't know what the fuck, that's because you're blindfold, right? And so a lot of y'all need to learn to take the goddamn blindfold, and then y'all wonder why. I mean, think about it for a minute. These motherfuckers, they hate for you to be self-aware, because every time I feel like this. I didn't even watch the movie. Didn't have to. I already knew what the fuck we were talking about. But I did see that one part, like, okay, when they took the blindfold off, then here they come. Right? They was after your ass. Because they just knew that you was going to tell it on somebody. Or you were going to tell it on them. Right? So, just like I said, the draft was never eliminated, people. They just told y'all that. And they changed the name. Now y'all thinking it's something brand new. Right? And then who the fuck y'all, I mean, like, seriously. So Trump, he just had to put his name on it, but no, just know that shit was way before you had any motherfucker say so about it. Right? So now that I got that out the way, we're gonna do part 2 of this Saturday matinee. Double feature. All right. So we're gonna do this Pop the Balloon right fast. And I titled it, She Didn't Stick Around, because the motherfucker that's been to come out here now, right? She hadn't been high. She either had to be high or she was letting her intentions be known. Like right off, right? So we're gonna let this shit run.
Okay, let's bring out our next single lady.
See, right there. Why are you doing bedroom shit right now? I mean, because that actually really looked like that looked like something that you would actually really go to bed in. I ain't gonna bullshit you now. Let's go. Now, honestly, what she's doing, like I said, what she's doing right now, right? You know, in a sense, I really don't know what the rules of Pop the Balloon are, right? But she came around that corner like that. There's no, and if I wasn't married, right? You know, this is just no anything that I say on any episode of Pop the Balloon, just know that it is scenario based, right? Y'all already know I'm already married to a very beautiful woman, right? So hey, look, so anything that I say on this is scenario based. But the thing about it is this, considering what the rules would have been, she come out like that. Yeah, I'd have jumped the bones. Like so. Hopefully that I would have looked decent enough to act like, and then she actually really would allow this shit to happen, right? You know, because like when I did this yesterday, I thought about it. I was like, okay, this bitch fucked up. But now that I'm looking at it, this ain't pretty. This is kind of like a. It's kind of like I would say it's badass. I'm not. I'm just. Hey, look, I'm just gonna come out and say it. You know, hey, I've been drinking, but hey, my drink, my way of thinking is not impaired. Where that I already know where the fuck she's coming from now. Oh, see, yeah. Okay, all right. I see you. I see you. Let's go. See, y'all. Ooh,
All
see,
right, welcome.
Look. Hold on. I'm gonna say. Let's let this run.
Man, what's your name?
My name.
And so, see now. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, I'm laughing, but look. Hold on. Let's let this run.
Are we ready? Attention. My name is One Man Standing.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. All right. My man right here, you pull like this. Remember this? Remember, oh, I forget what show that was, right? You got some deer, right? And they run, right? And then they get to a bridge, not really realizing, right? These cars come. But they navigate through the bridge, and then there's no, unfortunately, the motherfucker, they fall off because they don't know how to, like, really tell the difference if you're at ground level and on the fucking bridge for the most part, right? So, dog, he thinking about it. He the only one, and then just know she said her name is One Man Standing. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go.
I can't be myself. I can't have a good time.
See, right there. There it is, right there. She explained it to I regret the fact she came out fucked up. I don't even want to say she came out fucked up, right? That how she came out. I was like, okay, that's kind of badass. I ain't even gonna bullshit you because I mean, great the fact, okay, she did it in a fucked up way. I give you that, right? But she was doing that warrior type shit, right? I mean, because the thing about it though is this, other than her actually like really coming out, you know what? Hold on, y'all. See, I really need to know what. I mean, because you really can't.
I am serious. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, host. Thank
Woo! Start fire.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see this. I mean, because I need a.
It was a good performance.
Yeah, you motherfucker. Okay, hold on. I'm about ready to say that. Okay, let's look, y'all. Crazy Uncle Tay, they missed out on one. They missed out on one. Hold on. Let's hold on. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's see, because they already gonna come out. They're gonna have them come out. Okay, all right. They just get the dude. Okay, never mind. Damn. Okay, my bad. But honestly, y'all missed out. Put like this. You motherfuckers. Matter of fact, I need to. Okay, that's enough. Okay, y'all get it. Y'all get it, right? So, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. They missed out on one. I mean, she probably would have fucked you from 7 ways to Sunday, Monday through Sunday, right? But probably cook her ass off too, right? But like this, she was going, listen. She kind of reminds me of how the women were, because I don't know how they are now, right? But she kind of reminds me of the women in Germany, right? I mean, great the fact that they're not, I'm not gonna say they into that warrior shit like how she is, right? But once a German woman finds you attractive, right? They gonna fuck you and they gonna feed you. It's almost like, put like this. You know how like most men will treat a woman like a postage stamp, right? That's even if you motherfuckers still use envelopes, or as I like to say, envelopes, right? But the thing about it though is this: what do you put on this podcast? This is like a motherfucker. It's probably like one of the lamest jokes ever, but it acts like, but if you actually stop and think about it, it makes a whole lot of sense. What's the difference between a postage stamp? What's the difference between what you do to a postage stamp versus you doing it to a woman? You gonna lick her, you gonna stick her, and then send her on the goddamn way. Right? Oh, come on. Y'all didn't. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I'm saying too much, but the shit paused over for a minute. But it's like what I said, right? Lick you, stick you, send you on your goddamn way. Just like a motherfucking postage stamp. Right? So I'm just telling you. She might have been one of them. She might would have made you feel like a goddamn postage stamp, especially if you don't know what the fuck you doing in that bedroom. Because she gonna take, I'm just saying, y'all motherfuckers, I looked at that shit yesterday and I'm like, oh, hell no. But now that I actually like paid attention to it, now I know exactly what the fuck she was doing. Now, here come other questions. We already know 9 times out of 10 she probably did this a lot of times, right? But then again, just like I say, yeah, everybody, for the most part, if you're a man, okay, yeah, you gonna want some young tight pussy. But the thing about it though is this: when it's young and it's tight like that, and then you being a seasoned veteran when it comes to sex, you don't want no tight shit, right? I'm just telling you, because, and then just for the simple fact, depending on what type of sexual arsenal that you have, you can't do that shit to no goddamn rookie. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. These motherfuckers, they missed out. They missed out on a good one. You could have got your dick sucked and got you put like this. What Martin Lawrence said in that one concert, you get a motherfucker that can fuck you and make you a hell of a sandwich, you hit that motherfucker for good. Like, really? You be like, God damn, baby. This sandwich good in the motherfucker, right? I done got fucked good and got fed good, and you lousy motherfuckers. Y'all turn that shit down, because I'm just gonna tell you, the little bit that I saw, she'll ride your dick as if she was riding the winning horse at the goddamn Kentucky Derby. Just put it out there, right? So that's my spiel. I'm feeling pretty good. I may come back and do another show, but just take in consideration on what the crazy uncle has told y'all on both subjects. Because, see, this is what, look, I'm just telling you. And just don't think that because I'm 53 years old, I'm just not. I've been talking this way for some years, people. Before I even became the crazy uncle. I mean, I've always been like this. So let's not get this shit twisted, okay? So, I hate to sound like old broke ass rocker. Trust me, I do. But with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner, Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'm gonna holler at y'all.